Hi everyone, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon with a subscription, thank you so very much. I greatly appreciate them. This is the daily forecast. It is an all signs reading, so it's available to anyone. It's originally created for Tuesday, the 14th of March, but it's not solely set on that date. I do believe if you're seeing it on a different date, but you found your way to this reading, it may just fit. If it fits, by all means, utilize it. If it doesn't fit or doesn't make sense to whatever you're dealing with, that's okay. It doesn't mean that anything is broken or wrong. It just may not be your reading. For those of you that are new, please check out the drop-down menu underneath any of my daily videos. In there's some housekeeping rules, things I want you to think about while utilizing the channel, what decks I'm using, and like simple ways to support me and the channel. You can do that by hitting the thumbs up sign and liking the video if you enjoy the content. Subscribing to the channel if you want to continue to watch my content. I do put up a video a day, so it is daily content. And leaving me a question or comment or sharing the video out also greatly helps, so I do appreciate all of that. I will be referring back to the Sunday reading. If you hear me referencing cards that you're not seeing here in this reading, I'm usually referencing back to that reading. That's the underpinning energy of the week, so it's like another layer underneath this reading. And that populates at the end of this video in the lower left-hand corner, so you can find that there if you want to watch that. All right, I think I said my whole spiel. If I skip something, I will. So let's see. What do the cards want us to know today? Okay. All right, so our card for the day is, wow, it's the Eight of Cups, or the Eight of Emotions. We saw this card, wasn't this in the Sunday reading, I feel like? Because I remember how pretty it was as far as an Eight of Cups it was. So it's arriving a little bit early, guys. And all right, so for those of you that are new, what I mean by the Sunday reading is this shows up as the underpinning energy of the end of the week. And the Eight of Cups is always about walking away from, making a decision to walk away from an emotional decision made to walk away from a situation that's no longer working, right? And in the Sunday reading, this shows up towards the end of the week. Yesterday's reading, it felt like we were making some sort of internal decision between mind and spirit, right? And in that balancing or that internal alignment, from there we're making a decision about where and how we may be not telling ourselves the truth, or somebody else maybe not be telling us the truth, if that makes sense, right? This to me feels like, because underpinning this right now is that Nine of Cups, which is the card that's directly after this card, because we're still in the beginning of the week. I feel like these sort of, yesterday's card and this card, yes, these would be cards that would be sad or deemed negative, but I think that these are actually good cards in the sense that they're leading us to the awareness and to the desire of what that Nine of Cups represents. We need to cut free or get loose or walk away from whatever is kind of, I don't want to say holding us back, but no longer fulfilling us, maybe is the right way to put it. We need to kind of look at these things and make the determination, is this still fit me? Is this still working for me? And this can be around anything. Each of you will be experiencing it around something different. Some of you, it may be a job. Some of you, it may be a relationship. But the question here is this situation or relationship or whatever it is I'm looking at, is it providing me with that Nine of Cups feeling, that access, that joy, that kind of fulfillment? And I'm just going to say it, a lot of you are probably going to find the answer is no, myself included probably, because we're seeing this Eight of Cups not only at the end of the week, but also here now. It's reminding us we need to kind of look at it, weigh it, make the decision to let it go and start to move forward. And so this may be us like sort of dipping our toe into the pool, so to speak, and starting to make that decision for ourselves so that by the end of the week, this becomes the underpinning energy and we are moving forward towards something that fulfills us more and makes us happier, right? Or brings us more joy. But we have to kind of realize that or become aware of that and then begin to take the action to start to change it. And I think this is the beginning of that. And that's why we're seeing this card twice this week. So if there's anywhere, and this doesn't have to be something major or, you know, it could be something even fairly minor. It's just something that's not working for you anymore. It's time to really reassess and either move it out of the way or move away from it so that we can get to what does feel right and good for us. Let's go to the Miracles Now card. Okay, we've seen this card before. My happiness can be measured by the level of my faith in love. And the Eight of Cups would indicate like walking away from something that's no longer making us happy, and walking towards what does, which is the Nine of Cups, which is the underpinning card to this reading. So it says to me like right now in my mind's eye, I'm seeing like a scale, right? Like we're weighing the pros against the cons, the good against the bad, my happiness against the stuff that I deal with to be involved in this either relationship or situation or whatever it is you're dealing with. Your level of your faith in love, that part of the card almost makes me feel like our faith in our love of ourselves, because the Eight of Cups is very much a card of making a hard decision to move forward alone or to shift paths, right? It's like a change of plans card and it's not necessarily always a wanted change of plans. Let's say that it's got a sorrow to it, a sadness. I mean, we see this woman lonely in the desert. This is a decision we may have to make on our own by ourselves and take full responsibility for. We're ready to do that though. Having that faith, when I'm looking at the last words on that card, faith and love, it's like, do we have enough faith in our love of ourselves to go after our happiness? And if we're willing to do that, are we willing to make the changes or take the steps to rearrange whatever needs to be rearranged and changed and head in that direction? That's kind of what I feel like the cards are posing the question to me is, do we have enough faith in, do we think we deserve it? Because that's the other thing too. Yesterday's reading was a lot about, it was that those two queens, air and fire, Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords, and this idea of kind of coming into balance and alignment, both spiritually and mentally, as to what it is that we want and what it is that we deserve. But do we believe, because there was the Seven of Swords there, do we believe that we deserve it? Do we have enough faith in ourselves? Do we love ourselves enough to go after what truly makes us happy? That's kind of the question. Let's look at the clarifiers here. We have the Seven of Cups, which is emotional confusion. Right behind it is the Eight of Cups. I just think that's funny. We have the Four of Wands. And we have the High Priestess, which is Piscean energy, and she's definitely spiritual secrets. So, if some of you are confused about, I almost think that the Seven of Cups isn't about a confusion about the situation, or if it's a relationship for you, or whatever. I think that we know that it's not making us happy, or we know that it's not necessarily how we want it to be. And we know that, my feeling is I think that we know that we can't necessarily change it. The Four of Wands says that, to me personally, it's significant. That's usually a card of celebration, and it can represent weddings, it can represent soulmates. It's really a wonderful card. The thing that I feel like it's representing here in this reading is that whatever this is that's no longer making us happy, at one point maybe did, very much so. There's still very much, to me, the Four of Wands feels like there is a deep connection to whatever this thing is that you are contemplating or you are emotionally confused about right now. Like, which choice is the right choice, right? Do I stay or do I go? And could be a little bit of nostalgia, a little bit of, I don't know, like energetic connection that's holding us here and making it harder for us to make the decision. Does that make sense? The queen, I mean, not the queen, the high priestess, there's something here that I feel like we don't know. Um, she's a very strong spiritual card, right? She has super high intuition. Um, but she's the holder of the secrets. She doesn't necessarily reveal all of her cards yet. And I almost feel like this is spirit kind of leaving the decision up to us around this Eight of Cups, this Seven of Cups, um, you know, the weighing out of our happiness and really looking at our faith in ourselves. Do we deserve this? It's almost like spirit's here to support us. I feel like the high priestess is spirit in the sense that they're here to support us and they're around us as we make this decision. But this decision is our decision and our decision alone due to free will, right? And so we may be juggling a little bit back and forth between what do I do, what do I do? And that's why we're seeing this Eight of Cups early in the week, because remember, it's going to come back around underpinning. So I think that towards the end of this week, so I think that the decision is going to become more and more clear as we work our way through the confusion of the Seven of Cups and maybe the nostalgia of the Four of Wands, the importance of what this relationship or situation may have held for us at a certain point. And from there, we will understand and have a very clear knowing as to what we need to do. And then that's where that High Priestess card becomes us in a way, right? We are able to access that information, that knowing, and act upon it. There's something to, the High Priestess is a very silent card, and there's something that's drawing my mind to this solo woman in the desert. And maybe this is just for one specific viewer, I don't know why, but I feel like this decision, when it's made, it's going to be made in silence. That there's no need to fight or argue or try and prove your point, or it just feels like the High Priestess's silence is, this is what it is. I know that this is what it is, so I just need to go. And so I don't know this might just only be for one specific viewer, but I feel like this change, or as you begin to start this change, you just do it in silence. You just kind of pack up and leave. No staying around and debating. No fighting for what you think is right or what you think you need. It just feels very much finished, if that makes sense. I don't know if that's for one specific person. If that's making sense to somebody out there who sees this, please leave me a comment and let me know, because I can really feel that in me right now. That it's like, okay, I found my answer, so now I have to move and act on my answer, and I don't even need to convince anyone of my answer. I'm just done. It feels very kind of weirdly final and solitary. I don't know if that makes sense. All right, so let's go. And remember, the grounding stone for this week was focus. So keeping our focus on, what is our Nine of Cups? What makes us happy? What brings us joy? I mean, this situation or relationship may have brought us joy at one point in time. The Four of Wands would indicate that for sure. The question is why can we not get back to that space? I'm not exactly sure. The Seven of Cups indicates that there's a confusion as to why or what decision to make right now. But we need to still continue forward towards our own happiness. And then here, how interesting, 2 malachite stones in a row. This is the heart chakra. It's malachite. It's a stone of communication, but it's touch. And I feel like yesterday's was inspiration. Our spirit, ultimately what inspires us is what we should be moving towards, what we should be working towards. Here, when I think of touch, it's like to me, and it being on this malachite stone, it's like using our heart as sort of our barometer. Touching base with how we truly feel is going to be key today, and staying in contact with that throughout the day will hopefully help to alleviate some of the emotional confusion that comes with the Seven of Cups. It may open the door to also some of that nostalgia of the Four of Wands, right? Because we also put our good memories in our heart too. But there is a truth in our heart that we have to listen to, and we want to touch base with and ground in as we go through this period to make this decision. Does that make sense? Because this feels like this is a fairly big decision for most of you. Sorry, I didn't realize that the camera was out of focus that whole time. So make sure that you are touching base with your heart through this process. Don't let it all be your head, right? Remember the two queens from yesterday. One was spirit, one was logic, working together to make this decision. They kind of come together in this high priestess too. Anyways, that is your reading. I hope it makes sense. If it does, please leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow, and we will see how this energy transforms and changes. All right, take care. Bye-bye.